Welcome to the Poisoner's Cabinet. I'm Sinead.
And I'm Nick.
And this is your weekly podcast exploring the lives of the great poisoners, macabre murders, and captivating crimes from across the centuries, and creating curious cocktails inspired by the tales that we tell. And it's episode 260.
260, a good one to come back with.
It is. It's like we've never been away.
Not that we've ever been away, no.
No one would know that we've been away. Though for the last 2 weeks, we've started every episode going, what's happening? Where are we?
Yes, but now we're back again.
Now we are back again.
In live time.
In live time. Again, people listening in the future going, is it?
What? It is. It is live time now.
It is live time now. Now it is podcast live time. Yes. Let's move on.
Okay.
I've been on holiday, but now I'm back.
That's what I said.
Was it though? You said it in cryptic, weird ways.
That's fine.
How are you, Nick?
I'm fine.
Good.
Yeah.
You miss me?
Moderately.
Moderately. Yeah.
Moderately, I suppose.
Oh, I missed you a bit.
My liver had a break. There was that.
Don't act like I'm the enabler here, just here coming round with 2 bottles of vodka and pouring them into your mouth before I even say hello. That only happened twice. Oh, you've been having a lovely chaste existence, haven't you?
Absolutely. Yeah, I've done nothing.
Oh, good.
Yeah, just sat in a corner, weeping, waiting for your return.
Good, as it should be. Wonderful. Any poisonings while I was
No,
on?
I haven't had a chance. I mean, I've just been in a corner weeping.
Poised.
Yeah. Go to work, weep. Go to work, weep. Go to work, weep. That's it. That's all this is. All it is. Where's Sinead? Why has she left me for so long?
Oh, we'll be better. Now the abuse can start again. You say you miss me, and then I come back and you're like, oh, fuck you.
Yeah, I miss having someone take the piss out of
Yeah, exactly.
So, all that abuse has got to go somewhere. It's going internally so far. It needs to come out in bile and horror. So these next few episodes are going to be hell. I'm sorry.
They are. Well, I'm used to it. It's when other friends come around and they're like, why are you so mean to me? I'm like, ah, ha, ha, ha. This is very toxic, isn't it?
It's how we love, Sinead. It's how we love.
It's your love language. My love language is keeping score. Well, speaking of weird love languages, but really loving each other deeply anyway, I think it is time for us to thank our delicious Patreon subscribers.
Most certainly we should. And we have there's a huge number because we haven't done this for a while. So thank you very much, firstly, to Phoebe Amy Warren.
To the Purple Platypus.
To Sarah Hill.
To Daisy.
To Fiona White.
To Giovanna Monabito.
To Mary Ann Jennings.
To Alison, mum of Jen.
And to Ellie.
To Alexandra May Ralph.
To Poison is Cheaper Than Therapy.
Nice. To Trisha.
And finally to Mark Collins.
Lovely.
All have joined us over the past few weeks. Thank you so much for being with us.
You delicious, sexy Patreon subscribers. You've been treated to lovely Patreon action. Well, last week, it was my one, wasn't it?
They were great.
What was it?
I don't know. We recorded them 2 weeks ago. Was there something
That-
about a boat? No, I did a boat.
No. Oh, no, we did the special story of the man who was trying to sell his cattle at market, and he stopped at an inn, and he talked to a lovely, lovely boy.
That's
and
the one.
Oh, what a lovely boy. Then he lost all his money. But what was the story behind the lovely boy? Oh, it was a tale of mystery. It was a good one, that one.
That one.
Yeah, that one. That
We did
magical
that.
story. That's what's been going on Patreon.
So go listen to that one.
Please do. If you want to know what the hell we're talking about, please do consider joining us on patreon.com/The Poisoners Cabinet. This is where you get extra episodes from us every single week, as well as bags of bonus content. It is where you can support the show. You can talk to other fans. There's new features being added to Patreon as well that I've only seen in just passing glances.
Is there?
I think you can quip now.
You can what now?
You can quip.
Quip.
It's like little tweets almost, like equivalents of little bits and pieces. I've seen someone use that feature. I've not even tried to look at it. There could be quips aplenty coming up. Let's see. Post live. No, maybe I've made all this up. I could have lied.
It's just
maybe
lies.
Maybe I saw something while someone said Patreon in the background and I thought that's what it was.
Okay.
Right.
Let's go with that.
Let's go with that. But aside from the stuff I've made up about Patreon, there's loads of really good stuff on there. So do
That's
join
actually
us.
real.
Yes. Do join us on there because it's a lovely place. Well, Nick, are you ready
Always.
to drink cocktails and talk about poison?
Oh, we probably should.
Or we could drink poison and talk about cocktails.
Let's do that as well.
Let's go with the first one.
Yes.
No, hooray. I could use a cocktail. Not had one in minutes.
Yes. In at least 10 minutes.
It's been 10 days of just being on the sauce, honestly. And I did drink a lot of cocktails, unfortunately. I discovered some new ones, though.
Did you?
Yes. Can't remember any of them.
Excellent.
But they had spices.
Thank you for that. Helpful.
It's great. I thought I'd make this the new segment of this podcast.
It's great.
Shit I can't remember.
I can't remember stuff.
And that I make up. Well,
people will love it.
Let's go with the first one. It is Nick's story this week, but we can't possibly have a story without a cocktail in hand. As you know, dear listeners, every week we choose a secret ingredient that is inspired by the tale that we tell, and it will flavour our cocktail of the week. Nick, this week's secret ingredient is...
Well, it's a bit different this week. It's a bit different this week because we have taken inspiration from a whole shop.
An entire shop?
An entire shop of inspiration.
Yes.
Of rumly inspiration.
Of rumly inspiration.
So yes, so we must say thank you to Villain's Rum of York, who reached out, and they have a rum shop in York, surprisingly.
It's not a mystery.
No, indeed.
That's what it is.
But what is very Poisonous Cabinet about it is that they have paired all their rums with a suitable villain from history. Which we do love. So yeah, Guy Fawkes and Mary Bateman, I believe, has her own rum and such like.
Yes.
Yes, this week we've been inspired by them. So as you all know, from if you've read the episode title, which I'm assuming you have, this week's episode is about Dick Turpin, famed highwayman, and they have a Dick Turpin rum.
Yes.
So yeah, so we are using that in one of our cocktails this week and making something suitably splendid.
Yes.
So yeah, so if you check them out because they've got some tasty things.
Villain's Rum, very, very nice. And yeah, messaged us out of the blue, have listened to the show. And yes, they did send us a little kit with another story attached to it. So that will be Patreon content. And they just very kindly sent that through. And anything that is new stories, we're like, absolutely bring it on. And then Emma was from Real Life Ghost Stories was also up in York and she brought more home.
Yeah, she brought a whole
hey, there we go.
A whole selection of rums.
So we have a whole selection and we thought, well, why not? So
absolutely.
This is the ingredient is Villain's Rum. Lovely company. You can shop for them online. You can go and see them in York. This has just been them reaching out, and yes, a gifted bottle has been sent to us, but we were inspired by them regardless. So
quite.
Yeah. Okay, good. So
yes.
But we have highwayman and we have villainous rum.
So with the villainous rum, I am going to make a rum runner old fashioned.
Ooh, okay. That sounds like a combination of many things.
Yes, it does.
I like an old-fashioned.
Excellent.
That was one that I drank on holiday. Oh, I went into a bar and I ordered an old-fashioned for no reason.
You're feeling pretentious.
I did, yeah.
I'm feeling fancy. Let's have an old-fashioned.
I know. I went into a bar where no one else was there and I panicked and ordered an old-fashioned. And I was like, it's like 7 p.m. What are you doing?
Yeah, that's a 2 a.m. drink.
I know, Nick. And I then drank it. I had to sit there going, when Ben's having his delicious cooling beer. And I'm like, what am I doing with my life?
Yeah, that is a cry for help.
I panicked. There was no one else in the bar. The girl who was behind the counter was doing very main character energy. She kept spinning. She was spinning on a spot. I was worried that she was having a breakdown. It was a cool punky bar and she was like, oh my God, I'm so cool and kooky. And I'm like, oh fuck, I don't know what to do. So I panicked and ordered an old fashioned.
Right.
This is what happens on holiday.
So we're saying, I mean, it sounds very relaxing.
I know, we left that place and then went to a very nice popular bar down the road. And I went, can I just have a beer, please? Anyway, that
and they
aside.
went, yes, spin for it, spin.
Spin.
Spin for your beer, woman.
Everyone in that other bar was impossibly cool, and I was like, oh, you don't like me.
I don't belong here.
I don't belong here. Anyway, so good.
Yeah.
A rum runner, old-fashioned.
Yeah.
None of what I had.
None of that.
Excellent. I think it is high time for us to slink into the Poisonous Cabinet kitchen and shake up a storm, so we'll see you in a minute.
I'll see you in a bit.
And we're back.
Hello.
To Nick.
Yes.
The rum runner, old-fashioned, many other things.
Yes.
Rum runner, old-fashioned.
That's the one.
Way, okay. So is it a mashup of the two, or am I not allowed to guess?
We have to find out.
Oh, okay, good. Well, it looks like a grown-up drink.
It's a grown-up adulty drink.
Yes, big tumbler, big cube of ice. Do I detect a cherry?
A cherry, a wee little cherry.
Oh, a snack, fantastic. Wonderful. Well, I've been looking forward to one of your cocktails for a little while, so we must dive in. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, that is nice.
I'm liking that.
Yeah, it's grown up, but doesn't punch you straight in the face. Subtle. Got a nice hint of things to it. You're happy. Yeah, excellent. Right, what's in it? Is there rum in it?
Surprisingly enough, there is some rum.
So there's special rum.
There's magic special rum.
So this rum is inspired by Mr. Dick Turpin, and it's the smoky rum.
It's a spiced smoky rum. A smoky spice. Smoky spiced.
Smoky dark.
Smoky dark spiced.
Smoky dark spice. Smoky spice. But we're doing so well in the name of the bottle that's sitting there.
Smoky spice spiced out.
It's a smoky dark rum.
Yes.
Yay! With spice in it. No, it's lovely if that's the main component.
It's not the main
nice.
component.
Oh, it's got a hint of it.
It has got that in it.
Right, it's in there.
So I wasn't sure, because I've not sampled it before I opened that wee little bottle. So I wasn't sure how smoky it was going to be.
No, that's a nice amount of smoke.
So yes, this is not the main ingredient, but it is obviously in there.
Now that works. Other things.
Yes.
Good.
More rum.
More rum?
More rum.
Oh, is there more rum?
There's different rums.
White rum?
So no,
Why have I panicked?
There's just a normal sort of aged rum
Oh, you do love an aged rum.
in there as well.
Nice. Okay. Booze.
So yes, there's that which is the main body of the thing,
Oh,
with
okay.
the smoky rum, sort of on top, and there's one other thing which I'll see if you can guess.
Is it to do with the cherry?
No.
Oh, a coconut.
Give it a whiff, you might get it.
Oh, God. Yeah, but I'm just
But
explaining my nose
but
is blocked. so-
probably not with the blocked nose. It is fruity. It's one of those things. I don't know if I can smell it or I can smell it because I know it's in there.
I can't
It's one of
smell
those
anything.
things.
I can't smell.
So-
I can't smell. I can smell the alcohol-ish, the spices. Right, fruity, orange,
No,
apple,
bit of sweetness coming through from that.
sweetness, apricot, fucking banana. What?
Yes.
What?
Banana.
I was joking that it's banana. Have we actually used the banana liqueur?
Use banana liqueur.
Oh my God! Finally.
Which is actually going down surprisingly fast.
Yeah.
That
we keep
bottle.
finding a way.
Yeah, I know. Absolutely. The
So-
lychee is the one we need to look out for because that's gone nowhere. But
Oh, no,
yeah.
I quite like that, but every now and then I say, "Can I have a sip of it?" And I think that's gone off. Heard that for years. Ooh, okay. So smoked rum, aged rum, and banana.
Banana.
Deliciousness.
Just stirred up over some ice with a bit of a cherry on top.
Ooh, I like it.
It's tasty.
That is very tasty, and I get to have the cherry as well. Okay, well, is that a classic cocktail that you've just adapted, or is that?
I mean, it's one that's been out. It's one that's out there. I haven't made this up. It's one. That, I mean, I have substituted things because with the ingredient that we have, the smoky rum. But yes, it's one I've tweaked slightly.
Very nice. I should say also we can put this maybe on Patreon, but Villains also have their own cocktail that they've done for Dick Turpin's story, which has got quite a list of ingredients. It
Yes,
also
yeah.
involved another rum, which we did have a sample of, but then I drank
But
it.
then Sinead drank it all. So yes,
You clapped while I drank for your amusement. I was sitting on the floor and you were like, drink the rest of the rum. I went, all right. And then, I kind of drank all that. It was a small bottle, I should point out. It wasn't an entire
it
bottle.
was a wee little
It was
sample
a
bottle.
tiny sample bottle. But that was a different cocktail they've done, like a twist on a Mai Tai,
Yes,
I think
a Mai Tai,
it is.
yes, indeed.
Looks pretty cool, so we can share that with you. But the Rum Runner Old Fashioned,
Yeah,
delightful.
very good. I'm liking that.
With the Rum Runner Old Fashioned firmly in hand,
Yes,
it's time for a story.
certainly is.
And we hear about highwayman.
No,
No. Oh, you lied?
it's all a lie.
Oh, okay.
Okay, there we are. We're actually gonna have a story about Dick Whittington. Which,
Are we? No, is it because you kept saying Dick
because
Whittington?
in my head they are the same person.
Him and his cat.
Him and his cat, exactly.
Yeah, Dick Whittington panto story. I don't actually know the story of Dick
I
Whittington.
mean, actually, a real person.
A real person went to London.
Went to he was a. I couldn't actually look this up because I thought
He's definitely not Dick Turpin.
Is Dick Whittington a real person?
Or did you ever see the two of them in the same place at the same time, mate?
Because for those who don't know, Dick Whittington is a big panto theme over in England,
Yes.
in the UK, and I always get them the two. I don't know why I get the two muddled up.
But what did he do? Did he just go to London, Dick
So
Whittington?
he was a trader from up north somewhere who, as a young person, believes that the streets of London are paved with gold, type thing. Went down to London, worked his way up, became Lord Mayor of London, all this sort of stuff.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he became Lord Mayor of London and had a cat.
Yeah, did he have a cat?
Well, he has a cat in the panto, so I'm assuming he had a cat.
Well, I didn't know whether I was confusing that with Puss in Boots. Because, again, similar rag to Rich's tail. But maybe it was...
I've not gone into great detail. As
I don't know if the cat is his nemesis or something.
But then, but I get the two completely conflated. So Dick Turpin, highwayman. I mean, in the stories, you think dashing, exciting, sort of rob the rich, gave to the poor, save damsels in distress.
Yeah, cloak and a mask.
Yeah, exactly. He did his
sexy.
big sort of like 200-mile ride from London to York. It's one of the big things he's famous for. There's this massive sort of sprint on his horse, Black Bess.
Yes, Black Bess. Oh.
200 miles from London to York. Complete bollocks.
Oh, right.
Absolute nonsense. He did none of that.
He did. Is this going to be a good episode?
It was all later invention
okay.
about his legend when they really about 100 years or so after his death they massively romanticized it, as they do with a lot of highwaymen.
Yes,
they become a very sort of romantic, charismatic sort of figures, where in fact they were actually real bastards. Just really, really vicious, unpleasant people.
We're kind of imagining it like the Shadow in Blackadder or
Yeah,
something.
exactly.
Yeah, we're sort of riding up and like we're expecting like, oh my goodness, and it's, ow, why are you punching me and kicking me and stabbing my family? What?
So yeah.
Oh dear.
So all this romanticism that has grown up around Dick Turpin
It's going to be ruined now.
is going to be entirely ruined because he was not a nice man.
Oh God. I don't know a lot about him. I know that he was a highwayman and Black Bess was the horse.
Yeah,
and
no, Black
probably
Bess.
just sexy idea, sexy man. I don't think it was impressive that he rode to York. I'm just going to say
Oh,
that.
well, he didn't.
But he didn't. Yeah, fuck him.
Because that would have killed many horses on the way. Riding like 200 miles in one stretch would have knackered your horse.
I just was assuming he was killing horses along the way. That's how much of a bastard he was. He got there by shooting the competition.
And his horse was ever called Black Bess.
Oh, she was not called Black
No.
Bess. Oh, wow.
No,
Oh.
it was just called Horse.
He didn't name his horse.
Apparently, well, not that I have found in the moderate research that I've done.
And the murderer. The quick glance.
Yes, I've not scoured the archives. And...
The Black Bess must have come from somewhere.
Oh, again, it's this later.
Yeah,
It's later invention when he's fictional. He's sort of fictionalized, and all these sort of stories about his sort of like daring do and saving damsels and all this sort of stuff come into it, which is all just completely made up for the sake of a good story.
Make him a folk hero.
And make him a folk hero, exactly. So none of that happened.
Okay, good. Well, I'm intrigued to know what did happen.
Yes, I mean, so the little we do know, I mean, his career mainly revolved around a lot of gang activity with the sort of highwayman sort of tacked on at the end, really.
So sort of gang signs and him hanging around.
So as I was going through this, I thought, this is not the story I know. This is because there have been so many books and TV shows and stuff like that.
He's a character. He just sort of turns up as generic highwayman.
Yeah, but no, nothing in the slightest like that. So anyway, what we do know that he was born in Essex in 1705.
Ah, very nice.
So he comes from Essex. He was born at the Bluebell Inn.
Well, very nice.
His father was an innkeeper, the fifth of 6 children. Quite a well-to-do family. So yeah, his father was once a butcher, but now he's running his own establishment.
Very nice.
Which is all very good.
Good sausages.
I'm sure they were excellent sausages.
There was a wife there, I assume.
There was a wife there. The wife there, Mary Elizabeth.
Ah, very nice.
Was Mrs. Turpin. So yeah, she was along for the ride as well. She was
clearly she had 6 kids.
Richard, aka Dick. Because
Okay.
where that contraction comes from, I have no idea.
That's a good point. Richard, Dick. I feel like that was a schoolyard thing that happened one day, and someone just went, you know what, I'm going to own it. No, it's actually a shortened term for it. Like, really?
But I mean,
Dick? Dick.
Yeah, but it's lasted for like 500 years.
Yeah, Dick.
So
yeah.
So anyway, so I'm going to refer to him as Dick. Everyone knows him as Dick Turpin.
Okay. For anyone who's well, I mean, this is sort of universal, isn't it? It's not like
I don't know, it's an American thing.
Well, Dick Van Dyke.
True enough. Yes.
There you go.
Yes,
He's the
absolutely.
one that I can think
Yeah,
of.
no, you're absolutely right. Yes.
Dick thingy's New
Dick
Year's
Cheney?
Rockin' Eve. Dick Cheney. He was a bit of a dick.
So yeah, okay. So yeah, Richard. Everyone knows that. I'll shut up.
Padding.
Panning. No, this highly scripted 3 lines has now turned into about a quarter of an hour about talking about Dick. So,
Which is shocking for our podcast,
I know.
really, isn't it? It's almost like After Dark episodes.
so yes, wealthy family. He had a decent education when he was younger, so he was sent to school, had an education. But when he reached his teenage years, he was sent to apprentice to a butcher in Whitechapel. So he was going to go and learn his father's trade.
Oh no.
He was probably Jack the Ripper.
He was
this is
probably,
true.
He's lasted hundreds of years.
I did think that he Jack the Ripper.
You're like, no, he was. Oh, 70. Oh no, wait a minute. Jack the Ripper's great uncle.
Yes, very possibly. So he was in trouble, learning to be a butcher to follow in his father's footsteps. In 1725, he marries Elizabeth Millington, and they have children. I do not know the quantities or the names
or the flavour
or the dates or anything like that of when the children were around, but they did have some children at some point in their relationship.
They were butchered as part of his practice, right?
So he finishes his apprenticeship, and then they move to Buckhurst Hill, which is back in Essex again, and he sets up his own butchers. He sets out on his very own as a butcher.
Very nice, good profession.
Yeah, absolutely, good profession. But at this period of time, for some reason, his butcher shop is struggling. Somewhat, and this is he could be a terrible butcher, but he's
killed all his kids.
He seems to be struggling, and this is sort of where he first sort of has his first brush with crime, with the criminal world, also. And
He's getting really deep with some gangsters over sausages.
Oh no, he starts stealing cattle.
Oh shit! No, don't do that.
He starts stealing cattle, obviously, to sell in his shop. So he's not having to buy the cows in. So he's getting free stock for his shop. He also, which I thought was really interesting, he uses his knowledge of the Essex countryside to start stealing from smugglers. So there's loads of smugglers, who are coming in on sort of the East Anglian coast.
Yeah,
and he starts posing as a revenue officer and confiscating smuggled goods. And then selling them on himself.
That's bold.
I mean, it's bold. But also, the smugglers aren't going to go to the nearest cop and go, "He's nicked my illegal goods."
It's Oh, that's good. It's crime upon crime.
So yeah, he's stealing from the thieves, from the smugglers.
Well, I guess if he looks authoritative enough.
Yeah.
But if he just turned up with like a homemade badge. I'll be confiscating these choice cuts of meat. Do you want the gold? No.
No, but it's all in his confidence and his portrayal as he's there and he's.
I guess if you get someone, like, what are you going to do? What are you going to go to the actual police? Like,
well,
this
exactly.
man stole from me. What? It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter what he stole. Yes, this illegal stuff I was smuggling in.
Oh, but then you're going to get on the wrong side of the smugglers, and they are famously ruthless.
That's true, but I mean, he does this, and he doesn't seem to come a cropper at all. So he does this for probably a year or so. He's doing this. Then by 1730, he's become involved with what's known as the Essex Gang. They're also known as the Gregory Gang.
Yes.
And they operate out of Epping Forest.
Ooh, nice.
In there. The gang, the Gregory Gang is named after three brothers. You've got Samuel, Jeremiah and Jasper Gregory. And their specialism is poaching.
Oh, okay.
They poach throughout Epping Forest.
Nice.
Now, so for a long time, hunting wild deer had been a perfectly legitimate way to feed your family.
Yes.
But with over the years, there have been so many changes in laws and legislations and things that had shut down the amount of common land that were people able to hunt on and to forage to feed yourselves. And now Epping Forest was now a royal, and it all belonged to the king.
Yeah, that's the king's deer.
Yeah, exactly. So you couldn't be doing any of that, and poaching became a much more severely punished crime. In 1723, the Black Act was passed. It was known as the Black Act because it made it illegal for people to blacken their faces or camouflage their faces in forests to hide camouflage themselves.
Yeah.
Not in a minstrel troupe sort of way.
Well, I mean, it would have been nice if that had happened.
But
if they weren't being horrible racists in the forest. But I mean, that we would all get behind.
There's no camouflage
Right.
in the forest to conceal yourself.
Right. From the deer.
So from people trying to find poachers, not from the deer.
Well,
I suppose in order to hunt the deer, yes, and also
valid.
for the forest keepers,
Yeah, because you wanna-
trying to find the poachers and things
well, the thing
to
is,
hide
if you're
yourselves.
find the poachers, you're going to run. You're not going to try and affect a disguise and stand and pretend to be a tree. If someone's hunting you down, you camouflage so the deer don't see you.
And also, well,
You can shoot them. Nobody's hiding from the authorities like that.
if you're out there of a night,
It's terrifying.
Anyway, you can't do any of that.
They made it illegal.
None of
because it was
that's allowed.
Frightening and stupid at the same time.
Even though there was a boom in makeup sales.
We had this lovely Cole effect, and they were doing winged eyeliner.
You couldn't do it, but only in a forest. Only in a forest.
In a field.
It was a field. You crack on, love.
Loads of poachers posing as sunflowers. Just
In a forest, no makeup. Outside a forest,
no makeup.
full makeup.
You hide it up a tree. Right, great. Okay. Okay, none of that.
So they were trying to make it more and more difficult for poaching. By 1737, poaching deer was actually punishable by 7 years transportation. So you could be shipped off to the colonies for 7 years. So it had a pretty severe punishment if you were caught.
I won't get into it now because I feel like it's too much of a tangent, but I'm interested to know why. That I know it's the king's land, and obviously you're reclaiming bits of the forest, but like to stop the hunting of the deer just because it's just like, okay, well, this is my deer and my land.
Because it's my deer.
Yeah,
and it was
they
also
weren't hunting them a lot. I mean, it wasn't for protection or anything. Of
No,
the deer.
No. It was because these are mine. These belong to me, And if people are killing them, then me and my posh chums can't come along on a Sunday
And go
and shoot them from horseback.
I guess as simple as that.
Yeah, it's just these are my things now, so you can fuck off.
Okay, yeah, there we go.
But so this gang, the Essex gang, the Gregorian, they specialised in poaching in these really difficult conditions. And Dick was the sort of perfect addition to their group, because obviously he had a great way of moving the product on in his butcher's shop. In his butcher's shop. So they would go out and poaching and get the deer and stuff like that, deliver it to him. He would be butchering it, selling it in his shop. So he was getting a free supply of produce, and paying off and splitting the profits with the gang. So
everyone coming in. What have you got? Venison. I mean,
a lot of venison.
Yes.
A lot of venison was being sold. So for a while it was an incredibly smooth operation, and it worked really well. And so this gang became incredibly proficient at poaching and evading the forest keepers and things like that who were there to stop poaching. But of course, good things don't last.
No.
Things that go on a bit too well, they do not last. And by I keep on saying 19. Every time I say 19, go for 17. Okay.
If you hear that, well, I'm editing. It's 17 people.
Just 17.
And every time you hear Dick Whittington, it's Dick Turpin.
By 1734, a lot of the gang have even been captured, or they have sort of fled the area. Really, the authorities are sort of coming down pretty hard, and it's becoming more and more difficult to make an honest living as a poacher.
We're just trying to feed our family.
As it were. Yeah, so Dick Turpin, he finds that his incoming supply is dwindling.
Yeah.
Becoming a butcher is more and more difficult, so he decides to leave the butcher's trade, and he becomes the landlord of a pub, the Rose and Crown.
Oh, very nice.
So he's really following in his father's footsteps, who was a butcher, then an innkeeper. So Dick Turpin is now running a pub, the Rose and Crown.
Very nice.
For a time, that is an entirely legitimate business. He seems to have sort of separated from the gang. Now I'm running my pub now. And this is when he starts having a family. So it's all very above board. Nice. Yeah. Something happens. Well, I'm not quite sure what, but something happens which sort of gets him back into his criminal ways again. Reconnects him with the Essex gang. They've moved from poaching into burglary. Into housebreaking.
Well, there's a lot of stuff in there. Yes.
The first one that's identified as them is they burgle the home of a chap called Peter Split. He's a chandler and a grocer. Oh. So they break into his house. They
take all his candles.
Take all his candles, all his groceries. Anything that's not nailed down goes, pretty much. A couple of days later, they strike again. This is the home of a chap called Richard Woolridge. Now, he's a gunmaker at the Tower of London. So he's got a few bits and pieces. He's got some pistols and stuff like that. Yeah. All gets nicked.
This all does sound like really good decoration for a good pub.
Yes,
because put candles in wine bottles, all drippy, lovely.
Absolutely,
groceries for the food, bit of pistols on the wall.
Few pistols on the wall.
Your pub's gonna look amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. In December of that year, of 1734, they raid the home of John Gladwin and John Shockley in Chingford in Essex. Yeah. A few days later, we have the first confirmed sighting of Dick Turpin as part of this gang. So he may have been involved in some of the earlier ones as well, but by the 9th of December we know, okay, he's there, he's in the thick of it. So he and 5 other men raid the home of Ambrose Skinner. Oh. Now Ambrose he's a 73-year-old farmer from Barking. Oh. So he's an elderly chap, and this is quite brutal. What do they do to him? I mean, they end up beating him quite viciously, and they drag him around the house, sort of forcing him to point out where he's hidden his valuables and where various things are stashed and stuff like that. So he's dragging him around the house. They end up emptying a kettle of boiling water over his head because he's refusing to sort of give up where he's hidden his... Because everyone would have their life savings at home in a tin somewhere. Yeah. So he's refusing to give this up, and they end up, emptying boiling water over his head until he actually does tell them where his money is. And they end up leaving with about £300 worth of stuff, which in today's money is about £65,000.
Yeah, they obviously knew he was a wealthy old
man. He's a wealthy chap who's obviously spent his whole life saving, and they quite brutally get this money out of him. Nice. I mean, as I say, it's unclear as to at what point Dick Turpin actually gets involved with the burglaries, but he really seems to take it on board.
Yeah. Well, maybe he knows from his customers in the inn. Maybe he's clocking the people who are they must have worked out that this guy had a substantial amount of money.
Maybe, but not only that, is that he seems to quite relish the quite violent. So it's not just breaking into someone's house, tying them up, robbing them. There's a lot of beating. There's a lot of torture. If there are women in the house, there's sexual assault.
Oof.
A lot of the time by
like
various members of the gang. So exactly. So he's not a nice man. So he really gets into the lifestyle of being this criminal. In January, we're now in 1735, he raids the home of a Mr. Sheldon in Croydon. Him, Turpin, and 4 other gang members. They arrive masked with pistols. They club Sheldon round the head. Leave with his life savings.
Yeah.
Leave the house. Only a few days later, they burst into the home of Reverend Dyde. The clergyman was absent at the time, but his manservant was there, and he is brutally attacked. He's attacked around the face in what was described as a barbarous manner.
Oh, God.
So, yeah.
Oh, dear.
On the 1st of February, so they were on quite a run of sort of one after the other. They're going for it.
Yeah, that's their perspective. Like, why not? Let's do
exactly.
it.
It's working, so let's just get it done.
Yeah, I'm not approving of it.
No. On the 1st of February, they struck it again. And what I'm going to read next is an excerpt from Reed's Weekly Journal, which was published a week after the attack. On Saturday night last, about 7 o'clock, 5 rogues entered the house of Widow Shelley at Lawton in Essex. Having pistols, they threatened to murder the old lady if she would not tell them where her money lay, which she obstinately refused for some time. They threatened to lay her across the fire if she did not instantly tell them, which she would not do.
Wow.
But her son, being in the room and threatened to be murdered, cried out he would tell them if they would not murder his mother.
Oh.
And he did. Whereupon they went upstairs and took near £100, a silver tankard, another plate, and all manner of household goods. They afterwards went into the cellar and drank several bottles of ale and wine.
Oh.
And broiled some meat.
Oh, and broiled some meat.
Ate
Put
relics.
A roast on.
Ate relics of a fillet of veal. While they were doing this, 2 of their gang went to Mr. Turkles, a farmer who rents one end of the widow's house, and robbed him of about £20. And then they all went off, taking 2 of the farmer's horses to carry the luggage. The horses were found on Sunday, in the morning in the old street. They stayed about 3 hours in the house.
Wow.
And so, so they raided the cellar,
eaten
the food and drink, made themselves a meal, while their victims were sort of tied up and beaten, sort of threatened to be put on the fire upstairs. So, so vicious.
It's a very nasty,
vicious,
nasty attacks. This isn't the sort of, break in, get what you need, scarper.
No, absolutely.
This is reveling in kind of...
This is enjoying
tormenting people, taking what you want, who cares?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So, the gang are on a roll. They've had a lot of these quite successful break-ins over a very short period of time. And on the 4th of Feb, Turpin meets up with his team again at an inn in London. And this time they're going to plan the burglary of Joseph Lawrence, who's a farmer in Edgware.
Yeah.
And they're going to rob the place later that day. They set out, and as they approach the house, they find a young farmhand outside, and they grab him and put a pistol to his head, and they force him into the house with a pistol to his head, obviously. And then everyone else there in the house is like, "Oh my God, what do I do?" Everyone else rushes in, and they're all tied down. 2 of the maid servants are taken upstairs, and unfortunately, unpleasant things happen to them. The farmer himself, Lawrence, he's beaten round the head, and again he's pulled around the house to identify where are your valuables, where's your stuff hidden away. And then they run. 3 days later, his gang struck again, this time raiding a farm in Marylebone, and they make away with, in today's money, about £17,000 worth of goods and cash from this farm in Marylebone.
They're horrible.
So they are vicious, the vicious gang, and they have been on this for 3 months or so. They have been on this absolute frenzy of raiding and pillaging, pretty much across.
They got a taste for it.
Sort of throughout sort of London, really. But it's this sort of Marylebone attack that seems to be the last straw for authorities who go, okay, enough is enough.
Not in Marylebone.
We can't be doing this. And the Duke of Newcastle steps in and offers a reward of £50,
Oh, yay.
which is about 10 grand today,
Uh,
in exchange for information leading to the conviction of the several persons involved in the farm robberies, and in the robbery of Widow Shelley and the Reverend died. This reward pays off pretty swiftly. So within a week, on the 11th of February, 3 of the gang, a chap called John Fielder, William Saunders and John Wheeler, are apprehended.
yeah.
Now, there are two sort of versions about how this happened. One version says that on their way to rob Farmer Lawrence, before, the gang had stopped at an alehouse in Edgware and they had left their horses outside. Then on the 11th of February, the owner of that alehouse had noticed the same horses again and thought, well, they're the horses of the guys who robbed Farmer Lawrence, and they were tied up outside a different inn at this point. So he went to the constable and said, right, the owners of those 3 horses are the ones who were at my alehouse who then went on to rob Farmer Lawrence.
Right.
Another version of events goes that there was a servant who was present at the Lawrence robbery, who was one of the ones tied down somewhere, and he recognised the horses outside of this inn as being the ones that had attacked the farmer's house. So either way, the local constable is alerted that those 3 horses outside that pub belong to the chaps who robbed Farmer Lawrence.
It would be nice if the horses were all wearing masks and cloaks.
All wearing masks.
They were the highwayman's horses. How did you know? Well, look at their outfits.
Look at their outfits, absolutely. so those 3 men are arrested alongside a woman who was drinking with them, and they are sent to prison. John Wheeler, who some people think may have been as young as 15 years old.
He's still a young man, really.
Yeah, he's a young for the
those
1700s.
days, yeah.
Absolutely, he's a young man. He, under questioning, quickly turns on the rest of the gang.
Oh, yeah.
And gives descriptions about everyone else who is involved. These descriptions are circulated throughout various London press and things, and the London Gazette run a description of Dick Turpin, and he's described as a butcher by trade, a tall, fresh-coloured man, very much marked with the smallpox. About 26 years of age, about 5 feet 9 inches high, lived some time ago in Whitechapel, and did lately lodge somewhere in Millbank, Westminster. Wears a blue-grey coat and a natural wig.
And a natural wig?
Natural wig.
Oh, a natural wig.
Yes.
Oh, okay, good. Not an unnatural
Not an
wig.
unnatural wig.
Not made of straw.
Right. And nothing on natural wigs. It's time for a break.
On that note, on that bombshell.
on that wiggy bombshell.
Nick, we have our drinks.
We do.
Do we have more wigs?
We have more wigs.
Oh, goody.
Natural wigs only.
Natural wigs only.
Natural wigs. So we know these gang descriptions are all over the place now.
Yes,
and
yeah.
everyone is a lookout for the Essex gang, the Gregory gang. These are all complete bastards, so they need to be rounded up. So there are the main ones that are left. You've got Turpin, you've got Samuel Gregory, and a chap called Herbert Hames and Thomas Rowden. Okay. There are a few other sort of random ones that come and go and things, but they're the sort of the main ones. And they all prepare to flee. We need to scarper, get out of London before we're rounded up. Before they do, though, let's get one more robbery in. Let's get one more
one
raid.
last hurrah.
Yeah, so
one big score.
So the one big score to get some running away money, and they do this at the house of a Mrs. St. John.
What?
Mrs. St. John.
Mrs. St. John.
Mrs. St. John.
Mrs. St. John. Mrs. St. John.
Mrs. St. John.
Right. I thought you were like Mrs. St. John, like Mrs. St. John.
Mrs. Lady person
St. John,
who was married to St. John.
Ah, good.
So, Mrs. St. John.
Good Catholic woman.
Yeah, absolutely. And they do. I don't know how much money they get, but they get enough that they think, okay, this is going to last us a considerable time. The next day, on their way out of London, Gregory and Haynes, they stop at an alehouse and they order a shoulder of mutton, and they plan on staying there for the evening before continuing their travels.
Shoulder of mutton's a big cut of meat.
It's a big cut of meat. I see. You need an overnighter for that one.
Exactly, yeah. We're going to need all evening for this.
Yeah. But they're recognised. From their descriptions, they're recognised, and the parish constable is alerted. He is called in and he arrives to make an arrest of these 2 chaps.
Parish constable?
Parish constable.
Oh, I think you said the parish constable.
Constable.
The council, like a parish councillor who's also the constable.
The constable.
The constable.
Constable.
Very good.
Yeah, he arrives to take these 2 chaps into custody. However, they are not willing to go that easily.
No, they're going to fight him with that lamb shoulder.
Well, there is a fracas. Fracas.
It does sound like a chicken was in there.
I'm sure there was chicken as well.
Yeah, exactly. They're just using whatever they can to fight their
but
way
in
out.
the ensuing shenanigans, the thieves manage to escape.
Good.
The 2 chaps manage to get away.
Damn.
And they make their way to try and join up with Turpin. Over the next few months, sort of the remainder of the gang and those who were sort of loosely associated or did one job here, one job there or so, they seem to be all be sort of rounded up. 3 are hung at Tyburn, like you do, and their bodies are left to rot in gibbets along the Edgware Road. Nice. Another, a chap called Humphrey Walker, he dies in Newgate Prison. Again, his body is wrapped in chains and chained up along Edgware, sorry.
Charming.
Lovely feast for the crows.
Yes.
It was suspected at the time that whoever was left in the gang, including Dick Turpin, was responsible for, unsuccessfully, trying to steal the Earl of Suffolk's horses.
Right.
Not the Earl of Suffolk and his horses.
Not the Earl's horses.
But they were unsuccessful in stealing the Earl's horses.
Very pretty horses.
But obviously the Earl was not happy about it.
No. Those were his favourite horses.
Those were his favourite horses. So he kicked off a fuss. And so the search was redoubled to try and find, Dick Turpin and his men. Samuel Gregory is arrested for this. And after there is a struggle. He's not going quietly.
Right.
And the tip of his nose is sliced off with a sword.
Ooh, gross.
Not nice.
Well, he is a bit of a shit.
Yep. He is executed. And again, his body chained up for the crows along Edgware Road. John Wheeler, the young lad who initially sort of, gave the description of his fellow gang members, he is actually eventually freed for the information he's given, and we do not know what happened to him. His sort of fate is lost to history. And pretty much the Essex gang is no longer. Yeah. The Gregory gang, the Essex gang has all now been torn to pieces. Dick Turpin is on his own, really. And being now a solo thief, he turns to highway robbery. Which is where we know him from, really. In 1736, he attempts to apprehend a figure on horseback.
A ghost,
a figure on horseback coming towards him on the London to Cambridge Road. He holds up this chap. Unbeknowingly to him, he had accosted Matthew King, named the Gentleman Highwayman. So he has attempted to rob another highwayman. Once the two sort of realise that, you're a highwayman too.
Oh my God!
What jolly larks! The pair actually team up.
Right.
And they become a pair of highwaymen.
Nice.
And they become partners in crime. They start apprehending people as they're travelling through Epping Forest. Epping Forest is a continual sort of place for Turpin to sort of flee to. It seems to be his stomping ground.
Yeah.
A bounty of £100 is put on their head.
Yeah.
But this partnership doesn't last long, as Matthew King is shot and killed in 1937. He's 250 years old at this point.
He did well.
Matthew King is shot and killed in 1737 during an altercation over a stolen horse.
Oh no!
Unfortunately,
did the horse shoot him?
No. Initially, it's thought that Turpin has shot him.
Yeah, honour amongst thieves.
It is over the next few months or so. It is revealed, and it comes out in newspapers. A chap called Richard Bays, who is the landlord of the Green Man Public House in Leytonstone, who the gentleman highwayman had stolen his horse. He had gone hunting for his horse. Yeah, found it and confronted Matthew, and he had shot the gentleman highwayman for stealing his horse.
Fair enough.
So now Turpin is again by himself. He's still in Epping Forest. He's taking refuge in a cage. In a cave. Don't go in a cage.
He finds there's cages all over.
He's trying to avoid the cages.
He gets in it. I'll be safe in here. Come in, horsey. Him and his horse sitting in there going, that's just Dick Turpin. He's gone mad. In a cave. With a V. There's not a lot of caves in Epping Forest.
Well, he found one.
He found one.
Perhaps the only one. I don't know. I've not been to Epping Forest.
Was it a tent?
Could have been a tree house.
Could have been anything.
Could have been just a house.
This cave, I will go in. Like, this is our house. Get out.
Just live under a rock, maybe.
Yeah, I've not been to Epping Forest either. Actually, maybe there are caves plenty.
Mockery here.
No, I'm not mocking you. I'm mocking his side of the story.
So he's in a cage,
cagey cave,
cottage, bungalow. I don't know,
small chalet.
Yes. So he's hiding out in Epping Forest,
right?
But he is seen by a chap called Thomas Morris. Now Thomas Morris is a servant of one of the keepers of the forest. One of the keepers who's there to stop poachers and such like.
Yeah.
But Thomas sees him, and rather than go to the authorities and say Dick Turpin's living in a cave over there.
Yeah.
He tries to bring in himself. He goes there by himself.
No.
He's got a pistol. Obviously, Dick Turpin's got 20 and a cannon, and he tries to take on Dick Turpin himself.
Yeah.
And bring him in.
I suppose he thinks he can get the reward.
Get a reward,
yeah.
absolutely, get a promotion or whatever. Does not go well. Thomas Morris is shot and killed.
Oh.
And he
Poor foolish boy.
Poor foolish boy, but this is the thing that really triggers a massive manhunt. Really. Now that he's got £200 on his head for the just murder of Thomas
up.
Morris. Yeah.
He's one man, 200.
One man alone, 200 quid. So he decides he needs to get out of the area. And you are just going to knock back the booze.
We've got a little bit of the pineapple spiced rum from the villain's rum left, and I want a little bit of it. It'll help unblock my nose.
Straight from the bottle.
I put it on my ice. Do you want some?
No, you crack on.
What's wrong? Too good for the pineapple.
Oh, but I've still got
Delicious.
I've still got to read words yet.
Oh yeah, that's.
So I shall try.
Well, I'm not unconscious. It's just like a little snip.
Just wait.
Okay, until I'm intoxicated by your words.
Yes.
All right.
Very exciting.
Very good. Go proceed.
So he needs to get out of the area. He needs to get out of London, really.
Yeah.
And away from the people who are hunting him. So he takes on the alias John Palmer.
Okay.
He becomes a new man, John Palmer, and he makes his way north. And he eventually settles in a village called Bow in
Bow in an impossible place. You can't ever reveal where it is, otherwise everyone will find
It's
him.
like Springfield. No, I cannot say.
Bow. I was going to say Bow is also in fucking Bow, like in London. It's like you go the wrong way.
Or it could be Brough. I'm going with Bow.
Bow. Oh, Buff. Oh, right. Okay.
Brough.
What?
Brough.
That would be Brow.
Brow?
Well, it's got an R in it.
Brow. What did I say?
Bow.
Bow. Brow. Brough.
This place.
Where
is it?
Where
Nick?
is it? No, I can't tell you now.
Where is it?
It's a secret.
Does it exist?
He ends up in a village in Yorkshire.
In Yorkshire, right.
Just
okay,
as
so
an
he's
unknown
made
village.
it to fucking Yorkshire.
He's made it all the way
right.
to Yorkshire.
Right.
And not in one night, as the story would have you tell.
No. But again, where does this story come from? Is this just something that's said about Dick Turpin?
Yeah, but in a novel that's about 100 years later, a chap writes a novel about Dick Turpin, and this is where all this comes in.
Ah, he rides. All
yeah,
right.
so and it's based on the true sort of story, but very much embellished and romanticised. About how he makes this journey in sort of like one night, 200 miles type thing, doesn't he? He does it over like a series of months or so together.
That's a bit slow.
together. He's having a nice time on the way.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. robbing and pillaging,
and pillaging and having a nice time.
Changing horses.
Absolutely. So he ends up in Yorkshire.
Right. He's finally
he's
there.
Finally
70 years later.
He's an old man.
Old man by then, wizened.
And he becomes a cattle and horse dealer.
Oh, right.
An entirely respectable local businessman.
It's very good. No one knows where to find him.
Because
no one can pronounce the name of the place. Would you like some cattle from here? We can't say it.
We can't get there.
Where are we from? Brough. Like brown, like university. And then like a lot of raw girls. Brow.
So he's living this sort of pretense of an entirely respectable businessman, living a comfortable life, comfortably enough that he's actually sort of accepted into the ranks of the local gentry. Sort of thing.
Gentry?
Yeah, the gentry. They go, oh, you look like one of us. So come along, and they invite him on sort of various shooting and hunting parties and such
lovely.
like. So yeah, he's now one of the establishment.
Is he just kind of? They're off on a lovely like kind of raw day out for hunting, and he's got 7 guns.
Yes.
He's a dead shot. He's like chasing after pheasants and then grabbing women and running into the forest. Like it's not how we do things.
No, that's not how it's done here.
Oh God. Just beating people to death.
Well, we'll come on to that. Let's go on to this next paragraph. In 1738, he's coming back from one of these parties.
Yeah.
These hunting parties with his new chums, and he's had a bit to drink. As they all have, they've had a few pours, exactly, and he drunkenly shoots one of his landlord's birds, one of his gamecocks. That's just so good.
No, don't do that.
He's a bit pissed. Shoot it, and he shoots this bird. One of the other chaps with him, his friend of his called John Robinson. He's sort of quite blunt with him, so that was a really stupid thing to do. Why did you do that? The landlord is going to want compensation for this animal you've killed. Just don't be so bloody stupid.
Yeah, don't be shooting stuff willy-nilly.
Yeah, Turpin replies, well, wait till I've retrieved my piece and I'll shoot you too.
Oh, God. Right. Okay.
And Robinson goes, hasn't quite seen this side of his friend, because he takes his threat quite seriously.
Yeah, probably all genteel and lovely.
Yeah. So I mean, so much so that this is not just an idle, drunken thing, that he actually goes to the authorities.
Well, it's like him turning around and going, "Do you want some of this?"
Yeah, pretty much with a
quite
pistol.
violent.
So
like,
he is quite intimidated by this encounter, and he believes this threat to be quite real. And he actually reports. So Robinson actually reports this incident, and Turpin is hauled in front of the magistrate for this. Now the magistrate says, "Okay, we've got some justices of the peace coming up soon, and they'll clear all this up, sort of thing. But you need to pay surety, like a bail, sort of thing." Turpin refuses. He's not going to pay anything. So the magistrate says, "Okay, fine," and he's committed to York Prison, the prison at York Castle,
which we've been to.
Which I haven't.
We haven't yet. No. We've been meaning to. I've been there.
You've been there.
I think.
I may have been there when I was very small, but not with you.
No, I was thinking Bodmin. Sorry.
No, that's a very different part of the country.
It is a very different part of the country. Ignore this.
Okay. So he is sent to York Castle to await the arrival of these justices of the peace, to who will settle this matter. When they do arrive, one of them, a chap called Robert Appleton, he starts making inquiries about how this man named Palmer, how is he actually earning his living? He seems to be living quite a comfortable lifestyle.
Yes.
He's obviously rubbing shoulders with the great and the good. How is he maintaining all this? He doesn't seem to be earning enough through horses to maintain this sort of this income that he was spending. And he starts believing that Palmer must have been supplementing his income somehow, in something rather dodgy. And he starts delving into his business records and his history, and that he discovers that many, if not all, of the horses that Palmer has been selling on are stolen. So all of these horses have been stolen, and so Palmer is happily selling them on. Horse theft is punishable by death at this point.
It's like your livelihood.
So it's quite a serious thing. And Palmer / Turpin, he is charged with horse theft. However, the charges are dropped a few months later, as he, again, the details are a bit scant on this one, but he helps prevent a jailbreak. So he is incarcerated waiting for trial for horse theft, and someone else tries to escape, and he helps prevent this. He helps prevent this jailbreak, and in recognition of his sort of good works, he is absolved of those particular charges. However, it's not long before they find another batch of horse theft to charge him with instead. so pretty soon he's back in jail again.
It's a weird blip.
It's a weird blip.
Maybe it's a bit of paperwork. They were like, well, we have to let go, and then they were like,
well done you, but okay, we're going to charge you with this crime instead.
Stop stealing horses.
Stop stealing fucking horses. And again, he's stolen quite a lot of horses. Over this point. And obviously, at this point, no one has any idea of the gang activity and the highwayman stuff or any of that. It's just horse theft, which is bad enough, really. Yeah. While he had been in jail, he had written, using his alias of Palmer, to his brother-in-law, the excellently named Pompier Rivenhall.
Pompier?
Pompr. Pomper?
Pomper Rivenhall.
Rivenhall. Rivinall.
Oh, brilliant. Pomper Rivenhall.
Pomper Rivenhall. Excellent brother-in-law name.
That's an excellent side character name. You've come into this story too late, but that's your name?
That's your name? Okay, we're going to remember you.
Just look at him for 5 minutes like, okay.
Yeah. So he has asked Pomper for a character reference. He wants a character reference saying what a marvellous chap he is. However, Pomper refuses the letter, going, I don't know anyone in York.
Yeah.
So I'm not paying for this. I'm not paying to receive this letter. So there. And it ends up at the post office, where, again, this is one of those random flukes of chance that happens. With a lot of our cases, it's just this bizarre moment of chance that Turpin's old school teacher happens to see this letter at the post office, and he recognises the handwriting.
What?
As that's the handwriting of my old student Dick Turpin.
Oh, for fuck's sake! And
he knows that Dick Turpin is a wanted man. It's obviously quite well known that Dick Turpin is a wanted man, so he alerts the authorities that Dick Turpin is writing this letter.
Yes.
And so now they know that John Palmer, because he's in the letter, he signed it, your dearest brother-in-law, John Palmer.
Yeah.
So they now know that John Palmer is in fact Dick Turpin.
What kind of handwriting did he
So
have?
honestly, quite distinctive.
It was quite loop-de-loop and like hearts for eyes and dotting the eyes.
So
and
something,
stuff.
but it comes down to his old school
It's
teacher
really bad handwriting.
recognizing this handwriting.
Yeah.
Which is bizarre.
It must have been such terrible handwriting.
So,
Oh God.
Must have been really quite distinctive.
Yeah. It writes
So
backwards.
so the authorities now know that John Palmer is Dick Turpin. He's the one they wanted.
Love it.
So news of this quickly reaches up to York, where he is still being held in jail for horse theft.
He's like, oh shit.
And what exactly? They reveal this to him. Okay, we know who you are.
Yeah.
And all of this shit that you've done. And at this point, he goes, "Oh, fair cop." And he admits to the loss of it.
Why not?
He says, "Yes, that's me. I am Dick Turpin," and he just goes with it.
It's probably his ego is kicking in there, going, "Yes,
Well,
I
maybe,
am.
yes,
that
I
man.
am. I am that man.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I am this legendary criminal."
Exactly. So everyone has been on the lookout for years. I've evaded capture for several years now and things.
And maybe he's tired. He's getting on in years.
Yeah.
You know,
he's
I'm
not
done.
that old.
Well, that'll age you.
So, that absolutely. But constantly looking over your shoulder, I suppose.
Yes.
For that.
Yeah, maybe he's done.
But now he goes, yeah, absolutely. I am Dick Turpin. But he is sent for trial. But he is sent for trial for horse theft. He's not sent for trial for any of the highway murders
Get him on what you
or any
can.
of the gang related activity from before. None of that seems to come into it. He's in trial for horse theft.
Yeah.
So he's sent to trial. The jury don't even leave the courtroom before pronouncing him guilty. So they just sit there and go, guilty, yeah, guilty,
Guilty.
guilty.
Are there sandwiches out there? No. Well, then guilty instantly.
He's instantly guilty. And he is sentenced to death. Before his execution, he receives frequent visitors to his cell. Loads of people coming and going. The jailer reportedly earns about £100 serving drinks to his guests. So
You would do a sideline.
he's got his own
you?
little cocktail bar in the corner, sort of
Yeah.
thing. He's providing some snacks and some olives and things.
Here we are,
some
Mr.
nuts.
Mr. Dick. My tie, anyone? Here we are.
Exactly.
Would you like
We've
some
got a
sugared
special.
almonds?
It's happy hour. We've got a special on today.
What's this? It's a bit of like just mutton juice and twigs.
Tasty,
Yeah,
tasty.
it's the finest of things.
Yeah, so he's earning quite a little side hustle, sort of catering to
I love
Dick Turpin's guests.
Why not?
As the day approaches, Turpin, he orders a new frock coat,
Nice.
new shoes,
Look
his
your
new
best.
outfit. Yeah, absolutely. He hires 5 mourners to follow his procession through York. So as he's going up to the gallows, he's got 5 people behind him, wailing and yelling about all the marvellous things he's done.
Reading his CV.
Exactly, reading his CV. Off he goes on this procession throughout York. And everyone, the sort of the reports from the day say he was incredibly well behaved. He was acknowledging the crowd. He was sort of gesturing to people. He would shake people's hands and stuff like that. And he got up to the gallows. He was having a nice chat with the hangman. And so none of this sort of trying to escape or proclaim his innocence or something like that. He was just very stoic and just accepting of what was going to happen. The execution took place. He hung. He died.
He died.
He died. He was buried in St. George's Church
Yeah.
in York. And then 3 days later, his body is stolen.
Right. Yes. Of course.
What it was thought was be resurrection men
Yeah.
trying to steal him. However, when it's discovered that his body is gone the following morning, there is such a public outcry
Oh.
that the grave robbers are hunted down and forced to give his body back.
Oh, nice.
And they actually retrieve his body and bury it back in St. George's, because the pub, apparently, this is what the legend says.
Yeah.
This is what the story says.
Yeah.
But the public,
So beloved.
was so enamoured with him that they went on a manhunt for the grave robbers.
Yeah.
And demanded his body back, and he was buried covered in quicklime, so they wouldn't want him again.
Yes.
And there he remains to this day, supposedly.
Da, da,
That's
da.
the story of Dick Turpin.
What a shit.
Not so much of a highwayman, but an utter bastard.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, God, that was pretty brutal. What a nasty man.
What a
No
nasty
more
man.
stories about
No
him.
more pantos about him.
No pantos about him at all, actually. Everyone's very confused.
Dear old Dick Whittington,
Dear
the bastard.
Dick Whittington, also known as Dick Turpin. No, not at all. Yeah, that's a great story about his background. But it's maybe the end of his life. The fact that he had the double life
Yes.
would be enough to kind of go, this man is actually this famed criminal. And if you're in York, have an had as much access to the news down in London.
Well, exactly,
You'd have heard
yes.
of his name,
Yes.
but wouldn't know the brutality of it
Precisely,
and the gang
very
stuff.
true.
All they know about, this man was a robber and a criminal and thinking it's just about horses. It's just about horses. Then thinking, what an interesting romantic kind of character.
Yes.
And if he does conduct himself well
Yeah,
at the
indeed.
gallows and flashing his cash, probably just going, okay, I'm resigned. That's it. Yeah, what are you going to do? May as well go out on your own terms, if that's true. Could have been pissing and shitting himself the whole time.
Potentially. But I mean, he was like, when he would die, I mean, he was 26
Yeah.
or so.
Ancient.
So, yeah, but that's an agent, but it's just you can cram a lot into a life.
Well, yeah, he clearly did. But he clearly was not a very nice
But not
man.
not a very nice man.
A horrible man.
No, yeah, absolutely.
Absolute psychopath.
But so then, say 100 years or so later, I can't remember the chap's name, but he wrote a book based on his life, but then hugely embellished it, romanticised the whole
Yes.
thing, and that's the legend that everyone has now grown up with.
Yeah.
Of this very romantic,
Folk
dashing
hero,
folk hero, sort of highwayman, which is a million miles from the truth of this actual nasty bastard.
Yeah. Member of a gang and all that. I mean, yeah, you can take anything and kind of go, oh yeah, let's make him lovely and dashing and, Robin Hood and all that sort of thing. Yeah, ew. But fascinating. Good story. Good story. But ew. Yeah, well, no, next time anyone's like, I'm going to be a highwayman, I'm Dick Turpin, I'm really sexy. Well, you just think about that. You rethink your outfit and maybe choose sexier hype. I mean, they're all pretty shit.
I mean, none of them were
Pretty
pleasant.
violent and nasty. Yeah. Well, what do you think, people? What do you think of the story of Dick Turpin? Did you know any of the legends associated with him? Did you always see him as a sexy, sexy highwayman? Or were you one of the people shouting at the back whenever the story was told, apparently, going, no, boo, he's a bastard? Tell us what you think. Jump on the comments of this episode. Share your thoughts, your feelings, your musings. But most importantly, do mix up the Rum Runner Old Fashioned. What a delightful concoction.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the recipe will be out this week. Yes, I do mix one up if you can.
Yeah, that's a nice twist on an old fashioned.
Tasty drink.
For all of you who have got the banana liqueur, as we say each time we use it, here's another one for you.
Yeah, absolutely. The banana liqueur is quite essential in this one.
Yeah, no, that was nice. Made it nice. And if you've got a smoky rum, if you can get one like that, you can get a spiced rum that you can mix it in, do it. It's lovely. And thank you to Villains Gin again for sending us some content.
Delightful.
Yes. If you've got more suggestions of stories we can be covering in the future, do send them to us, whether you want to message us on social media or send us on email. We do see your messages. We will get back to you. We are seeing them and we work through them. Are there more highwaymen or women stories we can be covering? Sexy ones. Sexier ones?
Only sexy ones.
Terrible ones? We've done some terrible ones in the past where they've been shit.
Yeah.
Yes. Any kinds of stories we can be covering in the future, or whether it's straight up more poisoners that we can be covering, murders, or just bizarre history. We love to cover it. If you haven't already, please consider joining us on patreon.com/The Poisonous Cabinet and leave us a 5-star review on Apple iTunes or wherever you listen to your podcasts. Thanks for listening, guys. We have been the people inside the Poisoner's Cabinet. We will see you next week. And remember, your loved ones are trying to kill you.